Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And yes guys, I have listened to your comments. You guys all said, stop with the hypey titles, stop with the hypey yada yada yada. So I'm going to be trying more realistic and more fitting titles, but I will need your support. So if you think this is better, please guys, make sure you press the like button to support the channel and to support this video. Otherwise, I'll just change back depending on what you guys let me know in the comment section, So I always try to make the videos the same, always the same type of flow, but you can always leave me feedback about those in the comment section as well. Now, today, I want to talk about the price, but not do any crazy price predictions and whatnot, all right? That's one thing I must very clearly state here. This video is not meant to be financial advice. This video is not to make you buy or sell XRP. It is rather just me going over a couple of ideas on the price and us discussing what are potentials that could happen. And the main reason I'm doing that is because a lot of people like this, and also because, well, we were talking about the price yesterday, so I think it's nothing but normal for me to catch up on that and explain what has changed over this time. So I'm starting it off here with a very interesting analysis from Vince Prince, and it's something I can really admire and really look at for days. So an explanation to all of this, I think, is owed. Welcome to this analysis where we are looking at XRP to USD, the recent events, the current formation structure, what we can expect the next times, and how to possibly handle upcoming situations in the appropriate manner. Since a longer XRP to USD is trading within this massive ascending channel formation, marked in my chart with the black lines, within this formation, XRP to USD is building the preliminary wave count, which is an important factor in this whole dynamic and will determine the upcoming outcomes in a serious manner. Besides that, there are some other important factors I detected here necessary to look at, and when they show up, XRP to USD can proceed with some good upcoming opportunities. So he's clearly showing here some very, very positive future outlook. However, it actually has quite a negative narrative, potentially. All right, not necessarily, but potentially, depending on what we breach and what we follow. Structural development. As you can watch, looking at my chart, XRP to USD is building this second major falling wedge, now marked with the blue lines in the chart. This wedge has the final destination within the 45 EMA. I don't think he has the 45 EMA in here, right? Does he? Let's quickly check. Okay, he does have, he has two here. Which ones is the 45? Can we check on this one? No, I don't know exactly. We can check by looking a little bit longer, but I'm too lazy to see exactly which one it is. Let's quickly see more of the story then to find it out. The wedge has the final destination within the 45 EMA and the 100 EMA structure marked in green and red. There we go. Where the final wave can end a bounce above the upper boundary can occur properly. When this happens, XRP to USD has built the origin for this huge wave E, which will move higher in the structure, testing the upper levels, which will be firstly 0.385 level, where XRP to USD has the resistance and therefore also a possible short zone. And when this does not show up, XRP to USD has the potential to extend the wave E to the next possible short zone at the 0.505. Let's quickly check here. All right, let's go on 0.505 all the way up here. This is, by the way, talking about January 17, 2021. 505, one of these levels will provide to pull back firstly the lower levels in the structure. So again, to kind of conclude what he's saying, is this is what the move is going to be looking like. We'll see the same thing happen over and over again. And depending, it could either be we go down from E into a pullback, or we'll push through even one more and then get into a pullback. Again, this is not always the case, but this can occur. And that's basically what he's explaining to us. Upcoming outlooks. When XRP to USD now pulls back either in the first or second measured possible short zone, it'll continue till there is appropriate support found where stabilization can take place, which is in this case between the 61.8% and 50% fib, marked in my chart with the blue box right there. When XRP visits this area, it has the potential to reverse and continue with more upside. However, it is highly important that XRP really holds this level sustainably. When this does correctly, it can just be the origin of a greater second wave to the upside, as it marked within my chart. The next times will show how XRP develops in the second falling wedge, and when a breakout occurs, this can possibly be a good entry when looking at the whole dynamic upcoming. So pretty damn cool to see this one. It has a future pretty positive outlook, at least for the next couple of months. He's estimating will be above 50 cents, or actually he's estimating will be at least at about 38.5, with a possible 50.5 cent boundary. Would be pretty damn interesting to see. Otherwise, again, we can even take shorts right there and then still take profit along the way. However, worst case scenario, we should hold 20.7 cents and we'll still be Gucci. Okay. And this guy says Ripple is ready to head higher. Well, this is basically more of what my own analysis is kind of brought up. That is that this zone right here is rather important. And we've tested that one where we're into it a little bit. You can see. However, the resistance here is also holding pretty damn strong. So, in my opinion, it's not like it's a full-on dump, even though if you check the hourly, like you do here, and if you check the minute charts, you can see there was a big dump. It's not that bad, though, right? It's not that bad from a longer perspective, and it doesn't really give us that much of a negative outlook for the longer term, as we're still within this range, all right? This is 11 hours ago, though, so maybe things have changed a little bit. Let's see. Ooh. All right, so that is 11 hours ago. This is right now. I guess small update is this is very bad. Why? Because, well, you guys know how I normally do it. The only problem is I would have not traded this one as a short, because what I would have done is if we get into this, or even no, from this candle forward, this red one, I would have looked at this red one and be like, okay, if it continues on with another red one, I would look about a short, or I would think about it. But if followed by a green one with pretty interesting wicks still, and even this one here is rather peculiar. I don't really know exactly how to form that. Here it's just ever so engulfing, not completely. It kind of is though, but the shadows are But yeah, it's a pretty bearish move, what it just made there. Kind of makes me debate my whole strategy with this one again, because the zone is not held now, which was a rather big point of it all. We did fall down significantly. However, this is just a very, very short-term thing, though. Again, this zone here is talking about 24.985 cents, And in our analysis, we're looking at about 23 or something cents like that, so a little bit lower. Point is, though, there is a little bit of a dump. Do not be worried. Do not be frightened. I told you guys in my previous video I just posted that the Swell Conference is not a bust. The Swell Conference was definitely something good, because still the ultimate goal here is to get their customers acquainted with XRP, acquainted with Ripple, and to talk more about regulation most likely, and maybe just give the guys that are over there a run for their money. Not to entertain us, not to hype their project up, nothing like that. So even if Ripple dumps right now, or XRP dumps I should say, I don't think they really care, because it's really not much of their business. If they wanted to pump the price, they could have easily done that, but ultimately they would only be hurting themselves more. So again, just whenever you think about this stuff, think about and understand that it's all been thought out. They thought about the consequences of their actions and things like that. The Cryptic Poet, and by the way, another thing I should point out is, if they really wanted to up the price and get people talking about them, they would have also just made it public or open to more people. Right now, almost nobody got into it, showing me they really do not care about us in that sense. For this conference, for this news, they want official guys only that, they have something on. Poet shared before versus after on the whole Bank of America situation, I'm assuming. Well, it's not necessarily only Bank of America, actually. It's actually the funding situation. So this was the picture I was looking for in my previous video. It's the fact that there's pre-funding now within Ripple, because Ripple can sell you some XRP, so they can do quite a lot of all of that, which has taken away quite a difficult barrier. And again, it will empower a lot of SMEs, but also it would change the system a little bit more, which is a good part of Ripple's disruptive strategy. They said they're not disruptive, but I kind of disagree with that one. Mac attack XRP. Ripple partner MoneyGram celebrates 161% transaction growth. Yeah, they're increasing. Pretty damn cool. All right, it's good because, well, it's mostly because of Ripple's advancements, I'm thinking, and because of how they're together. On the contrary, I mean, it's not Ripple, it's not XRP directly, but still, MoneyGram's partnerships and MoneyGram's growth is ultimately good for Ripple because they got a stake in that, but also good for us because they will utilize XRP. Hopefully a lot. And then a little bit more theory. I just saw this, I was like, what do you guys think about this type of stuff, about the riddles and things? Spark token FXRP is 1 ounce of silver, XRP is 1 ounce of gold, XLM is what? Well, what I know and what I think is that XRP is more like gold. Here they're saying Spark token or FXRP is 1 ounce of silver, XRP is 1 ounce of gold, and XLM is what? I'm like, XRP itself should be the silver, and the rest, it doesn't really matter too much. But then why gold? If you look at the properties, it's more like Bitcoin is kind of a digital gold, and XRP is more like a digital silver, but these guys are seeing it differently, all right? Which is, again, rather interesting. But all right. All right, guys, that was it for today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. My little talk about the price is just don't worry too much. Ultimately, we'll all be fine. Ultimately, we'll still be going up. I definitely think so. This is not financial advice, but this is not anything along those lines. It's just to give you guys some idea of what some guys are thinking. These are the most known predictions here, or the most, viewed, or most liked, something along those lines. Ultimately, longer picture, bigger picture, it doesn't really matter what's happening right now. Very, very short term, it does matter a little bit because it is pretty bearish. But again, it just depends on how short we're looking. All right, zoom out a little bit. Look at this picture. It's like, okay, you can still draw this bullish line. Looking at it from this perspective here, again, from the last months upon forward, since March, we're still looking pretty damn bullish. And so it's always just how you look at it. These small letdowns are actually nothing really. They're just a bump in the road, nothing more. And ultimately, it will all be fine. But guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Make sure you press the like button and subscribe to support. And I'll see you guys again in another